Good morning, I'm Leatherland from the Pegasus Property Group, and here's my boy Floyd, my new puppy that I've only had for 3 days now, and he's been pissing everywhere in my house, so a little bit annoying, but say hello Floyd. Oh. Alright, I'll let him run about. Cool, so like I said, I'm Nick Leatherland from the Pegasus Property Group. We're a property group in Stoke-on-Trent. We do property developments and we also do property lettings. So the last video that I done, if you watch it, that was based more around delivering a high consistent quality for tenants, using systems, etc. So on this video I wanted to concentrate on how we deliver that high quality service to landlords as opposed to tenants. So it's two sides. As a letting agency, you need to deliver that quality product to the tenant, but then you also need to have the good service in place to actually appease the landlords as well. So you get business off of them. I understand how both landlords and tenants kind of want and what they need and how they work. I've got my own HMO portfolio, and I've also got continental friends who have come over to stay in the UK. They've come here to work, so I kind of understand their wants and needs. The fact they want to rent a room with all bills included, whilst they find their feet at the new job in the new city. They don't want to be tied into long-term contracts, so they want some flexibility. Landlords want the opposite though. They want tenants to stay forever and ever, and which isn't really likely to happen in reality with HMOs, especially if you're kind of going for the professional market. The nature of their job is that they do move around. If you've got the right systems in place, having a high turnover of tenants isn't really a problem. If you're always looking 2 months ahead of yourself rather than 1 month ahead or 1 week ahead, you've got plenty of time to plan and get things lined up. So, using these systems, you can effectively create a better quality service for your company, which in turn means no voids, which means the landlord's happy. And that's what it's all about, really, trying to keep everybody happy. If you're constantly advertising rooms and you're getting voids all the time, and then you're panicking, and then you just put anybody in, and then you start getting people that you don't really want. So you need to give yourself as much time as possible. So doing constant viewings and talking to people and viewings around the clock. It's like a full-time job for one person, so it's very time consuming. So a little bit about sort of Pegasus and why I think we've done well, and this is the reason I'm doing these videos, is to actually pass on a little bit of information to other people, give a few ideas, hopefully a little bit of inspiration. I'm hoping to get some feedback off people as well, so I can improve my kind of business and systems too. So I think part of our success is the fact that we're not technology shy. We're kind of like a new era of letting agency. Everything's electronic, everything's online. We don't have any paperwork. All our systems that are in place allow us to run everything very smoothly and efficiently. No stone goes unturned. Everything gets done properly, and that's where a lot of letting agencies fall down. Is that they miss out on things, and that the phone's going off the hook, and one person's ringing here, I've got my tap's broken in my house, and then they write a little bit on a bit of paper, the tap's broken at this address, and then this phone goes off, oh, my washing machine's broken, and they make a note of that, and that bit of paper goes on top of that bit of paper, and it gets lost in transition, and nobody's communicating. There's only so many hours in a day. Everyone's got the same amount of hours in a day. If you're employing somebody to work 9 till 5, they're just going to do what they can do within 9 till 5. If you're overloading them with work, then things aren't going to get done, and the quality of service is going to drop for everybody, tenants and landlords. So if you can make things more streamlined, more efficient, it'd be better. Things will get done. So anyway, we're managing over 100 rooms at the minute. We've only been going for about 3 months. We're the only HMO specialist letting agency in Stoke-on-Trent at the minute. Or one that's actually doing things properly. There's plenty of individuals who are sort of managing the odd HMO here and there, but we're a proper. We've got an office now. We've got multiple employees. We've got branding going on. We've got the Pegasus logo on our uniforms and lanyards, and it's all looking very professional now. So even just sort of your branding in your front, that's quite important. So anyway, I digress. So yeah, so I was just going to go over a few spreadsheets. So I want to talk about. I just don't want to talk about this is the way to do things. This is the way to do that. I want to actually show you practical examples of systems that I actually use. So I use a lot of spreadsheets. So for example, one of the spreadsheets that I'll bring up on the screen, I'll bring it up down in the bottom right hand corner, and then I'll blow it up so you can see it. So it's bigger. So one of the sort of sheets we go through is this spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet is saved onto Dropbox. And we've all got access to Dropbox, and we can basically edit and add each landlord to this spreadsheet, and it saves onto Dropbox into the cloud, and any of us in the company can basically open this file up and look at it. So this is great for me because I can audit this. I can look at this and go, right, what are we missing? What have we got? So it starts off. I'll blow it up now to the full screen. So it starts off with landlord. So we put the landlord's name in, nice and simple. The address of the property that they want us to manage, that goes in there, nice and simple. The appraisal. Now, when we carry out the appraisal, that's more to do with, we go around and look at the property. We sort of see what quality the rooms are, what quality the house is. We go in and we advise, and we might say, look, we think you need to redecorate, or you need to do this, or you need to do that to improve the property. And we throw a few ideas out there, and let's put Inspire home automation systems in to bring your gas down, because that's an internet-based controlled thermostat, so we can actually control the gas in the house and bring your bills down. Let's put energy efficient light bulbs in. Let's paint some feature walls. Let's change some furniture around. Blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? So we go in and advise on that, and we sort of give them a bit of an idea of what we think the market rents will be. So moving on, we then send them an application form. So that application form details things like your name and home address, your ID stuff, so like driving license, passport numbers. We want to know if you want DSS, students, professionals, pets allowed or not, yes or no. Do you require gas cert, do you require EPC, all that sort of stuff anyway. So it's an application form. Then we get the EPC off of them, the gas cert and the electrical cert. Then we get a proof of ownership and the proof of address. So that's kind of from the EPC right through to the proof of address and the ID at the end. That's kind of all of your identification documents and legal stuff that you need. So we get all of that off of them. So that's tick, 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 tick all the way along. And then we get to the contract signed. So basically from the landlord first inquiring, we've gone round to the property, carried out the appraisal. Basically the landlord's happy with what we're saying. So we then do all of the ID stuff and get the contract signed. Now that the contract is signed, we can collect the keys. So now we hold the keys. It's at this point that we will make the folders in Dropbox, etc. Because we don't want to put all the stuff in. We don't want to make loads of folders in Dropbox for all different landlords and all different properties and all different identification stuff. And then they don't even get to the point where they sign a contract. They just walk away and go somewhere else or whatever. Or they change their mind. So we don't actually make any of the documentation stuff right until this point, just to save time. Next we go on to accounts and statements made. So I'll just zoom this down again into the bottom right hand corner so you can see me talking. So yeah, basically the accounts and statements that we do, I'm going to bring up an accounts and statement file as well, so you can see what that looks like. But basically, when we get a new landlord on the books and we've gone through this check-off list system, and we get to the accounts and statement section, we make them like a template, which you see on your screen now. So starting at the top, it's got our business address, our logo, it's got the date, reference number, and then what month it is as well. Obviously you can see on this that the months are wrong, but this is just a template. And we put the landlord's name in, and then we put balance paid in statement with the amount in green. So this is basically all the rents that we've collected for this landlord over the month. All gets noted on here. So this one's unit 1 through 9 with the amount we get per room, all added up, and we put the tenant's name in there as well. And then we get down if they got maybe another house as well, so another house, blah blah blah. So you get all of the rents in. We collect those into our client account. Then we minus off our 10% management, any advertisement costs as well. We might have had to advertise one of the rooms. Tenant fines, we charge £50 per tenant fine. So in this example, we found 2 tenants, so it's £100. We had to get some more keys cut, 10 quid. Then we pay for the cleaner 1 hour a week, £12 an hour, £48 a month, for both houses. So that's what one of our statements looks like. So we literally just make a template statement for a new landlord, just so it's ready to rock and roll. Otherwise, at the end of the month, when you're trying to sort of do like 50 odd statements, it's a bit of a nightmare. And if you've got new landlords, you've got to start from scratch. So we just do it during this whole signing up process. So I'll bring the landlord check-off list back up into full screen now, so you can see it again. So so now we're over to quote required, estimated time of work. So that's just covering, if we carried out the original appraisal and we said, yeah, you need to get the house redecorated, you need to do this, you need to do that. We've already gone through all the ID stuff, and we've already got the contract signed, we've already got the keys collected, we've already got all the Dropbox folders made and the account statement made. So now they're kind of like logged in our database now. So we're ready to say, right, we'll now do the work on your property, and we'll have an estimated time of completion for the work. Bearing in mind, from the landlord inquiring to us getting the appraisal carried out and all of his paperwork done, it's probably a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. So it's not exactly a long time to go from there to getting a quote prepared and sort of work carried out. You're talking within a matter of a week and a half. So then at the end we do the photos. I do the photos personally. I went out and bought a nice camera and sort of learned how to do interior photography. So we keep real good control over the sort of quality of our rooms and photos, because I'll spend as long as I need to spend in a room to make it look as best I can. While some professional photographer might kind of drop in and say, look, I'm just taking these photos anyway, even though the room's not quite ready yet. I'll actually stay there and make sure the room looks top notch for the photos. So that's quite good. And then finally at the end, property marketed. So that's it online now on on Zoopla and Rightmove and Spare Room and all the other. We find a lot of tenants through social media as well. So so the whole point of this video was to sort of talk about how we deliver a high quality sort of product to the landlord rather than just the tenant side of things. So it's simple things like having these systems in place, allowing us to deliver that consistent service all the time. And tenants will stay longer because we're delivering this good service to the tenants. Landlords will want to keep us because we're delivering a good service to them. And hopefully tenants don't, because we treat them well and we kind of charge upper rents, we tend to get tenants that pay rent on time, they don't cause any damages. It's better all round for everybody. Hopefully they stay longer. And we put these systems in place to try and leverage other people's time as well. So it's, for example, getting the cleaner or the handyman who's fixing maintenance issues to have a quick spot check on a property for us. The cleaner does a weekly check-off list anyway, but there might just be an instant where she only goes into communal areas really, and she does the odd bedroom for people as well if they request it. But we will only go into HMO bedrooms during sort of planned inspection periods. So if a maintenance man just happens to be dropping into a bedroom to fix something, we can say, yeah, how did it look when you went in? What was the condition of the room like? And that's just sort of leveraging other people's time. And all these check-off lists and all these ASTs that we do, and everything gets saved into a Dropbox folder, which is the link's given to the landlord. So they can literally log into Dropbox anytime they feel like, and they can see all of their weekly inspections that's done by the cleaner, all of their monthly inspections that's done by our agent. Do you know what I mean? So it's the service is there. It's very transparent. There's nothing's being hidden away. It's really a case of you log in to your Dropbox folder and you can see your ASTs. You can see application forms from the tenants. You can see who's living in your houses. Basically, there's no funny business going on. No secretive stuff. We're very transparent with what we do. I think a lot of landlords appreciate that sort of genuine transparency with a business, rather than a lot of agencies try and hide things away. And I think that's where landlords have basically lost a lot of faith in basically giving your investment in property to somebody else to manage for you. They're never going to do it as well as a landlord. End of the day, that's just the way it is. But hopefully, by implementing these sort of systems, you can kind of mitigate against people doing things wrong and having human error by bringing systems into it. So it's a case of kind of taking a few things away, like the corporate way of doing business, where you've got systems and check office and etc. etc. But then having a personality with a company as well, having real genuine people that work for you who actually have the landlord's interests at heart. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the end of this video. I want to do some more on some other subjects. I've got a few ideas for other subjects that I can cover. So yeah, if you could just visit our website www.pegasuspg.com and also visit our YouTube channel and subscribe to our videos. That'd be really cool. I've got other videos on there of HMO tours and HMO kitchens and regulations and all that sort of stuff. If that floats your boat. Also check out our Twitter, Instagram, and yeah, I'll put the links up across the bottom. They should be scrolling across now. So thank you. Bye.